2030 is coming, and guess what? It's going to be our agenda that comes together. It's not going to be the globalist nonsense coming together. Their agenda's not going to work. They failed. They failed. Are you getting excited about our agenda? Oh yeah. Tribalism. Hi there. Neil here, the Twisted Light Worker. You bet. Light is winning, and as mainstream news starts slipping out more of the truth, things are looking more and more exciting. I've been saying for a number of months now, maybe even over a year, I've been saying that the bumps are going to continue to happen until 2025, and then between 2025 and 2027 there's going to be an awful lot of weeds that we've exposed are going to be pulled. That means the corrupt individuals are finally going to be taken down, put away, put into jail, or whatever punishment they deserve for their crimes. It's going to be exciting times. 2027, magical year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 7, that's 11. And 11 is a magical number. And so 2027 is going to be the big reveal, and we'll start to study what we went through. But 2030, haha, oh yeah, 2030. Yeah, 2030. Twisted Light Worker. 2030. 2030 is going to be exciting. We are going to start massively moving forward in creating heaven on earth. There's so much evidence of that happening. It's absolutely astounding. Absolutely astounding to me. You see, we have moved in ancient times. If you go back to Egypt, early philosophers in India and Egypt and in China and some of the other secluded areas of the world, symbolism and spirituality was considered sacred. But evil infiltrated into those mystery schools and brought in the fear and keeping it quiet, and the fear became secret, and that's when the corruption really got bad. What switched from sacred to secret. But now, through this awakening, we are going to be turning it right side up again, and the sacred's going to be at the top, because the evil ones put the secret at the top, and they put themselves above God. Bad thing to do. The sacred comes to the top, and above the sacred, it's all God. It's all creative source, whatever you want to name it. That is the Great Awakening. And when we get through all these bumps between now and 2025 and the cleanup between 2025 and 27, we will be moving forward in the most magical way. And it's going to be fun watching it, because the globalist agenda is not happening. Our agenda is. Our agenda is. See, the left versus right regime was all hogwash. The real problem was an upside-down monetary system that was designed when mankind was in kindergarten. And they slowly controlled us with that. Ridiculous. You see, in the Toltec tradition, there's the dream of the world and the dream of the planet. The dream of the world has been manipulated by greed and our egos, whereas the dream of the planet is all humanity as a collective. So we are borrowed for a moment in time from the great spirit of the galactic dream by the dream of the planet, and dressed in her clothes as an emissary of the intent to heal a deep and wide rift between the dream of the planet and the dream of the world. Some get lost in that travail, while others like such a challenge. Once returned to the great spirit of the galactic dream, even after uncountable millennia, it'll only seem you had left for a moment. And you see, that's much the same as what I just said. The secret. The secret ruled over the sacred. And the secret was in the dream of the world. The sacred is in the dream of the planet. And the sacred is where we are awakening to. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. See, the sensation of strength is the self-esteem of the warrior. The glow of luminous fibers is the self-esteem of the warrior. The confidence that passes all understanding is the self-esteem of the warrior. Strength, the glow of the luminous fibers, and the confidence that passes all understanding come under the practices of unbending intent. Rather than groom self-esteem, the warrior grooms unbending intent. Unbending intent is not an emotional or mental quality. It is an energetic configuration that is like an invisible, tangible metal whose impact directs the course of freedom. That fits right in there with the sacred. You see, Scripture tells us that God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of sound mind. And too many people get caught up on just the love. They don't realize that Creative Source, God, has given us abundance of all three of those. So we already have love beyond human understanding. We already have power beyond human understanding. And if we use our sound mind, we've been given sound mind beyond human understanding. So when we put all those together with unbending intent, that is when we are in our best and we are fully in the wearing the armor of God, and we're standing in our power. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. You see, this really is a spiritual war. It's not left versus right, as I just said. This is good versus evil. And evil is losing big time. And the evidence of that is already slowly seeping out into mainstream. And as it continues, it's going to get more and more rapidly coming out into the mainstream. So between now and when the final big reveal of all the things that we went through is revealed to the masses, it's our job to change our tactics in the way we wake people up. And I've devoted a couple videos directly to that topic, what we can do to wake up the people who are not online in our own backyard. If every one of us woke up just 2 people that's not online, that is in our own backyard, the whole world would change in an instant, because there's an awful lot of people who are awake. And we're awake to the fact that new technologies are coming. Definitely new technologies are coming. We've got some good things happening, some really good things. And interesting stories, like the fellow who planted a forest all by himself. There's numerous stories of people reclaiming the desert. In fact, here I'll just show you a YouTube search for both. There's lots of things on the internet to show what one person can do. This individual forest man, if you haven't watched that story, please do. One guy by himself planted a forest the size of New York Central Park. And there's all kinds of other stories of people who are living with nature in harmony and reclaiming the desert. Look at that. A whole bunch more. Do a search for reclaiming the desert and you'll find that there's all kinds of stories where people are doing things. we're going to be able to easily feed humanity, easily take care of Mother Earth, and the best is yet to come, and the future definitely looks bright. The future definitely looks bright. The White Hat Agenda 2030. Get on with it. Yeah, get excited, people. Get excited. So you can see, there's lots that each and every one of us can do to be prepared for the 2030 when we are in full swing of creating heaven on earth. And the time to start thinking about that and planning for it now. It's right now. The time to start researching the med beds, researching what magnetism is really all about and all the things that it can do. Because what's coming is perpetual motion machines. Some of them will be run by magnets. Some of them will be tapped into the ether, as Tesla was working hard on and already accomplished. The med beds and different ways of farming. Farming with magnets makes a difference. South Pole up exposure to the plants or the seeds before they're planted, and then the planting, the seedlings, if they are done indoors, they can be exposed to the South Pole up as well, and you'll get better crops. I've been proving that. And I've did a couple videos with my driveway gardening, and the success that I'm having out of small spaces is mind-blowing. We really can easily feed the population that's on the planet with reclaiming the deserts and growing under light indoors. There's coming out with kitchens that have the microgreen garden right in the kitchens. So these are amazing times to be alive, and light is winning, and we're going to be thriving like we've never thrived before. When we get rid of the evil ones from taking all the gold and pretending that we're just a bunch of sheep and cattle and treating us like we're worthless. When we get rid of those evil ones, you can be certain that we will be stepping into a period of time where mankind thrives like they've never thrived before. And we're going to learn how to love life and love living and develop character as opposed to having things that matter. What matters is character, and we're returning back to the sacred. And that is so beautiful, to return back to the sacred. So you can see, Thrivalism is where we are going. The globalist agenda, they've already lost. And those people who haven't seen the big picture yet, to see what's all going on behind the scenes, please do yourself a favor and download Derek Johnson's information. I'll put the link in the description below. It's thedocuments.info. And he's proving that we're operating under continuity of government, and that means the military is in control, and proof of that is when you see how much air traffic the military has on a global basis, and countries that are working together to take down the globalist. It's obvious that the information that Derek Johnson has in those files is bang on. The rules and laws and orders. Simple laws and orders. Simple, simple, simple. So light is one. The cleanup, we've got a few more years of mess, and the evil ones, because for them it's do or die, they know it. So they will go out kicking and screaming right to the very end. But no, the very end of that is coming. And by 2027, we'll be looking back at these days and realize how much we went through. And by 2030, Nasera Gesera will be creating a whole new way of life. I call that thrivalism, because we will thrive and be happy. We will thrive and be happy. So I thank all of you for taking the time to watch this short video, and a big thank you for the people who have shared their appreciation for my work and bought me a coffee. It's shocking just how much difference just buying a coffee makes. If you and I were in the restaurant and I shared with you this story and I got up to go, would you offer to buy my coffee? Well, you still can. The link's in the description below. So with that, return to the sacred. I truly wish each and every one of you peace profound. I wish you peace profound.